Okay, so I'm gonna be reviewing Cannibal Ferox, which came out in 1981, a year after Cannibal Holocaust, which this movie is one of those infamous cannibal movies that came out in the 80s, which I've only seen two, Cannibal Holocaust and this one. So I'm not an expert on the subgenre, so anyways. Uh, I actually bought this movie years back, like almost 4 or 5 years ago, when I bought the Blu-ray set for Cannibal Holocaust, but I just never got around to watching it until last month. Someone on Facebook kept asking me, "Hey, have you seen Cannibal Ferox yet? Have you watched Cannibal Ferox yet?" And I'm like, no, I haven't. And then finally, I just was bored, had nothing to do, and I was like, damn, I need to watch it. So I watched it. Of course, this movie is one of those controversial, like I say, horror movies in the cannibal, and also one of those controversial movies in the cannibal subgenre. And it has the infamous tagline, I don't know if you can see it, banned in 31 countries, which I don't see why, but I think it was just to sell the movie. But, basically, to me, is just a ripoff or a cash grab from the excessive Cannibal Holocaust. But anyways, the basic plot of the movie is there's three students, college students, that go down to the Amazon to write one of them's writing a paper on why cannibalism is a myth, because she believes that Western societies project this myth or this concept onto people in third world countries to dehumanize them. So, they get down there, they crash their Jeep, they're walking through the jungle, they run across a few tribes people, and these two white guys, who one's a drug dealer, the other one is his sidekick. And the drug dealer and the sidekick are saying, we got captured by these people, because they found like a bunch of dead tribes people, besides one. This is really weird scene where one's just sitting there in the bush, like they move a bush, and it's just sitting there eating like fat worms. I don't even know what the worms are called. Or bugs. It's some kind of bug, and it's just eating their like sitting there eating them. It kind of reminds me off of Lion King, the thing Pumbaa was eating. But so they run, the drug dealer and his sidekick are like, or the drug dealer was like, we ran across these tribes people, we had to defend ourselves because they were doing horrible things to us and these Portuguese people that we caught, we were traveling with and all that. And they're like, okay, so, well, let's go back. They go back to the campsite, and the drug dealer and his sidekick's like, we don't want to be here and stuff, so that, they run off. Well, one of them stays back. They're nursing him back to health, but the other one and one of the students run off to go, I guess, look for help. And while they're gone, the sidekick tells the other two what really happened. There's basically the drug dealer and him tortured and killed some of the older tribes members while the younger ones were away hunting, and that's why they're pissed off at them. And now the older tribes people are waiting for the younger ones to come back so they can, deal with them. And they're like, we gotta get out of here because it's not gonna be good. So it's basically kind of like the plot from Cannibal Holocaust with the filmmakers when they went and they did all that awful shit to the tribes people, and then they later get killed for it. Basically, like with this, except they have one survivor who didn't do anything in this one. Yeah, I don't see why this movie is controversial. Maybe at the time, yeah, but the scenes in this movie weren't that violent to me or that gruesome. Like, I think the most famous scene in the movie is a scene where the guy gets his penis cut off, but he doesn't die from it. and it was pretty quick. And then there's another scene with the same guy, is the drug dealer guy. I forgot his name. He they put him underneath the table, like have you ever seen Faces of Death, the first one? What they did with the monkey, and they put the monkey's head underneath the table. Basically, they do it with this guy, and they cut the top of his head off. And then the one of the females, like the sluttier one, she gets hooked up to this things and she dies. Which, I don't know, the content, the deaths in these movies were not as gruesome to me as the ones in Cannibal Holocaust. You know, so I don't know. I'm probably jaded too because I've seen so many of these type of movies. I mean, like controversial movies. You know, like Necromantic, Cannibal Holocaust, August Underground, uh, Angel's Melancholy, all that. There's too many of them. I have a whole list on the top of my head, but I can't think of any more. But this movie just feels like it's a softer, I know, a softer version of Cannibal Holocaust. Like, they have the same actor from the first movie. I think two actors. One is by, I think it's Robert Kerman, who plays the anthropologist in Cannibal Holocaust. This time he plays a detective in this one. And then one of the blonde hair guy, he was, who's like one of the drug dealer sidekicks still in New York. He played one of the camera crew in, Cannibal Holocaust. And, now, the animal cruelty scenes were kind of, you know, they're messed up, but some of it, that one scene looked like it was from another movie. I promise to God it was. It was a scene where the leopard, or whatever that was, attacked the, muskrat. That scene looked like it was pulled from another movie, or some stock footage. But the one scene, the only animal cruelty scene that kind of disturbed me was with the turtle, which there was a similar scene in Cannibal Holocaust with the turtle. So yeah, you could tell like they were ripping off that movie. It's, I don't want to recommend it if you like low budget exploitation movies from the 80s, or these type of cannibal movies, which you probably already seen it, because this one and, Cannibal Holocaust are the granddaddies of that subgenre. But, it's a low budget, rainy, the picture quality is really, I mean, they cleaned it up a bit, but it's a really low, dark quality, grainy kind of movie. It's very sleazy and, just everything you like about an exploitation movie. I mean, it's overdubbed in English really bad, because, it's made in Italy, so the English, and you could tell, like, it was overdubbed, and it's really bad, like, sometimes when the actors speak their lines. There's also, like, at the beginning of the movie, it opens on New York City, kind of like Cannibal Holocaust. I know, I gotta keep referencing that damn movie. But except they have, like, the shitty, like, disco music playing over it. And it's like this guy walking around the streets of New York City trying to meet up with a drug dealer. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's a low budget exploitation cannibal movie. I mean, if you like those type of movies, you like, gory, sleazy type of movies, you'll like this. I would only recommend it to people like that. Oh, that like that kind of stuff. Also that character, the drug dealer character, I forgot his name. One of his famous quotes in this movie is saying twat all the time, and he says it to this one or two, well, mainly one female character. He calls her a twat like 20 times, probably more. Will you say twat? I ain't dumb twat. Yeah. Anyways, that's my review.